Hey, it's Donna Guest, the Lazy Scrapbooker and Creative Memories Advisor. Welcome to this month's edition of the Savvy Scrapbookers. That's where my scrapbook friends Nicole, Debbie, Martin, and I divide up one paper pack and one sticker pack, and we create 6 pages for you. And this month, it is a springtime soiree. Let's get started. Here are the papers and stickers that I chose. I've got the green, the beige with the polka dots, the purple, and this beautiful assortment of flowers here. So I'm only going to use these sides of the papers, and then I have the stickers. Now, Nicole, Debbie, and I said you really can use whatever stickers you want from the collection and kind of mix them up. But these are the ones I got, and I'm definitely going to use these cute border stickers in purple. What tools do you need? I've kept it super simple. You need your 12-inch trimmer, and you need regular tape runner, and if you prefer, repositionable, but definitely the regular on this one. Okay, first, we're going to cut the base pages. And as you saw, I've got half and half. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to do some welding. So I'm going to cut these both at the same time. We're using the green and the beige polka dots for our base. So I'm going to stack them together perfectly and then cut them at 6 inches. You can certainly do them separately if you like. Now let's make our next cuts. First, let's take the purple sheet. It's going to be our vertical borders. Now, we're doing this to make built-in photo mats for our photos so that you don't have to use a lot of paper and it's still going to look great and make your photos stand out. So this is going to be vertical. So I'm using the pattern this way with those little designs going up like that. So we're going to cut at 4.5 inches. And that's important because our pictures are 4 inches wide typically, and that gives us a 1/4 inch on each side to have a nice wide mat. Now, I usually like a skinny mat, but I really think these papers are so pretty that I want a lot of them to show. So we're going to cut 2 at 4.5 inches, and we've got this left over. All right, we're gonna do the same thing with this beautiful floral pattern. At first, I was going to use the pink, and you could use the pink side if you prefer that. I just wanted a little bit more of a design because everything was so monochromatic. And so if you use the pink, they're gonna go horizontal, so you're gonna wanna cut this way. For the flowers, it does not matter. So I'll cut this way just to make sure in case you wanted to use the pink. So these again are going to be 4.5 inches. Super simple. Now you could use either one of these sides at the bottom like this if you wanted to use your favorite punch and punch something out. I chose not to. Now here's one that I had done. Cute. That could look cute at the bottom with little watering cans, but I feel like I am really focused on having a lot of photos on these pages, and there's not a lot of room for that, and I've just kept it simple, and I think it's going to look great. So I'm just going to put these aside. I am going to use one. Let's just use this pink and cut off 2 pieces of scrap paper for our welding. You can use any paper that you want for this. I've got this one right here, so I'm going to use it. All you need is 1 inch wide, a 1 inch by 12 inch strip. So I've got these 2 for my welding. So first, let's put these pieces, the 4.5 inch pieces, aside. And now we're going to create our bases. So the middle part is shown the most. It gets the most visibility. So I'm going to use the green because it's so pretty, and I'm going to use the beige on the outside. What I like to do so that I don't get confused is I set it up exactly as I want it to be. This is my outside, this is my inside, and then I take it like this. I'm going to flip it over. If I did like this, if I started turning it over, well, I'm going to do it wrong, and then it's going to be upside down. So we're just going to flip it over like this. And then I'm using the 13 by 13 Creative Memories mat to really make sure it's straight, and I'm pushing these pieces of paper up perfectly together. All right, so there's no margin in between. With my hand held on it so it stays straight, I'm going to use the regular tape runner and just put some tape runner across both pieces of paper vertically so that it fits under this 1 inch strip of paper. So it covers up all the tape, no stickiness, and check it out. Perfect. Okay, let's do this one again. We do the flip, and I'm going to press them together here with no space in between, and then immediately, while my hand's on it, put tape runner down across that edge. And then we just cover it up with a strip. And no one ever sees the strip. Wonderful. So now we have 2 perfect base pages. They're symmetrical. Could I have used green on one side and beige on the other? Absolutely, and you can too if you don't want to do the welding, but I just wanted some symmetry here. Now our next step is to put these down, and here's how they're going to go. You can overlap it any way you want. I'm putting the flowers down first, and then I'm putting the purple down like this, putting with the design the right way there. Now, the key on this is going to be, that looks good right there, but this is going to be all about your photo sizes. So I'm going to get out my photo trimmer here as well. I know I didn't mention that earlier, but you might need it. And I've placed my photos kind of where they're going to go. So I was wondering, what am I going to do with this beautiful spring paper? Because all my pictures pretty much have guys in them. And I didn't have anything I thought would fit. I pulled out some pictures of Nicholas, but they were from December. It just didn't feel right. Then I went back into my file mates. That's these wonderful things right here. I'll put a link in the comments because they are the best organizer. And I found these photos from June 2012. They're almost 13 years old. They're from a family reunion we went to, and I've got pictures of me and my immediate family just kind of hanging out and taking some fun photos. The key is that you want them to fit perfectly in these margins, and check that out. These fit perfectly, if you can see that. I don't need to trim any. Now over here, this one, now that one's perfect, but this one's a little tall, so I can certainly trim some off of that to make it the perfect height to fit here. Now then, I love these pictures of my dad and Nathaniel, my son, making silly faces. The key here is those are both 6 inches wide, so I'm going to make sure that it has its proper 1/4 inch around it. And then I'm going to scoot this over here to fit my photo, and you can do the same. So this is one time that I'm going to put the photo down first and then apply this purple strip here because I want it to frame my photo perfectly. So if your photo is not quite 6 inches wide, if it's 5.5 or 5, you might want to put your purple strip a little bit closer in. So I'm just going to move these purple ones out of the way because they're the last to go on. And I'm going to go ahead and attach these photos as is to the floral strips, giving it that 1/4 inch margin all the way around. These were printed so long ago by the old CM, I believe, but it shows the date and the image number there. Then, before I attach this, I want to look at the photos I have up here. Now, I want to leave some room for some embellishments, the stickers that I have. So we're going to trim some off with the photo trimmer that I did not mention up front. I'm going to make sure I trim these both the same. How about 5 inches looks good? And I'll do this one exactly the same. Gosh, we all look so young here. It's so fun looking back at older pictures. I'm going to leave myself enough room there for some stickers at the top and just a little bit of room for that green to show through. Now, if you wanted to put the rest of that paper to use, the 3-inch strip that you have left, and cut out your favorite border, you could. You could scoot it up a little bit and give yourself room to do that. It does not leave a lot of room for stickers, though, I will say, unless you put the stickers down here onto the border. So there's a lot of options. I'm going to do it one way. You can certainly change it up if you like. So I'm going to go ahead and attach these strips down here, making sure they're the same on each side. I'm going to just leave a nice 1 inch at the bottom so that I have a reference point. And we'll do the same over here. That's why these 13 by 13 mats are so great. They give you a ruler all the way around your page. So I can go over here to the 1 inch and come over here to the 1 inch, which actually says 11. Okay, wonderful. And we don't need photo mats because it just looks fine as it is, especially if you continue that 1/4 inch all the way around, lining up the photos like that. Okay, now we're going to attach this where it fits perfectly and frames those photos. So this is really a great layout to combine your landscape and your portrait photos. And we'll do the same thing over here. This is such a pretty side of the paper here that I'm not using, but I chose to use the purple. You could certainly switch it up if you want. I love the built-in photo mats. And these are perfect. We'll go ahead and attach them down. Usually I don't show myself attaching the photos because that's, kind of boring. But I think it's important on this layout. I'm going to move this one up a little bit. Oops. It's important on this layout because this one is all about where you attach the photos. Oh, I'm using regular tape runner. No wonder that was so difficult. Let's get that out of my hands. I need this. Okay, and now let's go ahead and add our first stickers, which again, I usually do at the end, but we're just going to add this as a nice little border outside here. I think I'll let it overlap just a little bit, just a teeny bit, because I don't want to take up any of the border that I've cut out. And we'll do the same thing over here. Just barely letting it overlap the purple edge. So now I'm going to need to trim this photo. Let's put this one down first with Repositionable. That's where I live. I need to live with Repositionable. Okay, so how big does this one need to be? Let's get a ruler out. So this photo over here was exactly 5 and almost a quarter. I think this one needs to be about the same thing, maybe about 5 and a quarter. Love the photo trimmer because we can measure how big our photos need to be perfectly. So this is a layout that it was all about our photos. So simple, so easy to do. I've got 8 photos here and I've got plenty of paper showing. I absolutely love it. So let's add some stickers and maybe some captions now and we'll be done. And done. I love how this turned out. So much focus on the photos and beautiful, beautiful paper. So all I did was add 2 sticker clusters here and I used some mini ABCs down here at the bottom for my title. I hope you love this layout and have a great time doing this. Hey, and here's an alternate version that I'm working on for the remaining pictures from this reunion where I've got more landscape photos. So I put it up here and I put that one on top with the purple on the bottom. And I'm going to put 2 sizable journaling boxes there. Just another option for how to do this layout. Now, make sure to go watch Debbie and Nicole's videos if you haven't already to learn their 2 pages. You'll find the links to their video in the description of this video. Thanks for watching.